And welcome in, everybody. It is Sunday evening. It's meteorologist Matt Wentz with you. So great to connect with you guys on these Sunday evenings to chit chat about weather. And we always talk about what the week's got in store for us, right? Weather wise, we can certainly get anything this time of year. And we've kind of seen that over the last couple of weeks, right? With the severe weather last week, we finally calmed things down and we're starting to warm things back up again. So that means our threat of severe weather obviously starting to increase again as that atmosphere gets loaded and ready to go. So off the cuff here, I want to say we do have a severe weather threat this week. I'm not overly impressed with it, but overall, we are going to bring thunderstorms back in the forecast. So we'll highlight when. I'll give you my thinking on how bad these storms are going to be and when they hit and all sorts of stuff like that. What happens after that and where do we go long range? That's what we're going to focus on towards the end of the broadcast here. And we'll be quick because I know your time is valuable here. It's 6:30 and you're probably getting dinner ready and get ready for that week. So let's give you the forecast here. Okay. All right. So I want to jump right into it. First and foremost, I want to thank our sponsors, tigerplumbing.net, the place to go for any plumbing need you have in the region. They are coming out for free. They don't charge you to come on out. They have a mobile thing where you just sign up and schedule online and you can do it on your phone. It's fantastic. You see a picture of who's coming your way. They're just awesome. 5-star reviews across the board for tigerplumbing.net. PSA, those are public service adjusters. It's publicserviceadjusting.com. They are all local, licensed, insured public service adjusters. What does that mean? If you have an insurance claim, let's say a pipe burst, let's say you had some damage from the storms over the last week, tree came down on your fence, tree came down on a portion of your roof. Rather than going right to your insurance, you want to go to them first. It's publicserviceadjusting.com. They will handle everything in terms of coming out, taking pictures, getting everything you need in line for your claim. They'll talk to your insurance company and then they'll negotiate how much money you need and they will get you top dollar for it. Whereas if you're doing it with your insurance company, you don't get top dollar usually, right? So they'll do that. And the other thing is you have no stress behind it. They do everything for you, which is just awesome. They have nothing but 5-star reviews. Again, they're local licensed insured adjusters. So go there if you have any storm damage whatsoever from this past week. Ewing Mechanical Services, it's ewingmech.com. They are our HVAC and furnace and air conditioner and everything you could possibly need for your indoor weather, right? Your indoor environment. They've got some great specials right now on indoor humidifiers and furnace specials as well. They've got a tune-up special ongoing right now. And when I mean my special is it's cheaper than it usually is. So now's the time to do that. And we're not too far off from air conditioning season. They do that as well, and they do it well. Lovely folks there, family-owned business, ewingmech.com. Finally, last but not least, Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram over in Valparaiso. They've got brand new line of Jeeps out on the lot, ready to go, all with four-wheel drive or sunroofs, whatever you happen to need. Pay them a visit for your next Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram over at Grieger's. All right. Want to say hi to our early birds here. Mary, always the first on. Mary, hello to you. You are so fast with your trigger finger on that. I love it. Wendy, happy Sunday to you. Jan, hello. How are you doing? She's on our YouTube channel. Severe Storm Filmers with us as well. Good evening to you, Susan and Gail. Deb's with us. Jill says, I hope you got caught up in your sleep this weekend. Jill, I did. It's wonderful. But now we're back to the morning show tomorrow morning. So I'll tell you, that sleep goes away real quick. You start to get that deprivation. Chad, what a beautiful day is right. We hit 70 degrees at Porter County Airport today. Not quite a record. Record was 73, but we came darn close to it. So we're certainly getting there real quick. And hello to everyone else that is joining us right now. I certainly appreciate you spending your time here. All right, so let's dive in. Here's what we're dealing with right now. We had beautiful weather today, right? Tomorrow is going to be really one last kind of spring feel to a day. I've got us at 73 degrees tomorrow for high. Not bad, right? Tonight's mild as well. We're going to be dry throughout the majority of tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a good day to get outside and enjoy. It's funny, I probably shouldn't say this, but I can't say this. Someone in my family, not me, called off work tomorrow because of the sunshine. It's just going to be so nice, right? If you've got PTO hours to burn, tomorrow's not a bad day to do it. I'll be honest. But anyway, hopefully you guys can get outside and enjoy tomorrow's weather. It is going to be breezy tomorrow, and we still do have that fire danger. We had it today, and the reason for that is it's not because we have dry soil, because we just had rain last week, right? It's the low relative humidity. Things can spread very quickly in that. Cigarette butt out the window, in this kind of atmosphere, burn barrels outside, open burning, not a good idea, bonfires, stuff like that. So we will have that risk again tomorrow, but it'll start to go away as we go throughout the day because we're bringing in higher dew point air. So there's that. Okay. But this big system out towards the western U.S., I don't, if you haven't heard about it, over the course of the weekend, this system barreled into California. Poor California. California, Oregon, and Washington are the recipients of usually all U.S. weather outside of hurricanes. Okay. I mean, everything is just barreling across the Pacific Ocean, and then it slams into the West Coast, and they just get railed sometimes. And so California over the weekend, the Sierra Nevada, they had this big system come in. I mean, they got feet, and I'm talking tons of feet of snow in the Sierra Nevadas. They had real strong winds with it, so they had blizzard conditions, just really a mess out there. And that's where all the action's been. That system is now pulling out of the Rockies and getting into the plain states. Okay, you see, for us, we have kind of tranquil weather, but we're starting to kind of see this action from the west move in. And so as a result, the Storm Prediction Center, we are going to develop a line of storms tonight and tomorrow. Okay, that will develop west of here as we go into the nighttime tonight, and then tomorrow will be west of here as well. But they do have a marginal risk, which is a 1 out of 5 in terms of severe weather chances here. I'm not overly impressed with it. And you can see it's actually just west of us. But again, I don't like drawing lines with that. You just kind of look at the trend. And with that comes a very small tornado risk in north central Illinois and southern areas of Wisconsin. Okay, that's too close for comfort, right? This isn't what we dealt with last week by any means. Okay, it's not the same setup, but we still do have some shear present as this storm system comes in. But I'll show you why I'm not impressed. Okay, and just because I'm not impressed doesn't mean we won't get severe weather, but I do think chances are low with this one, especially compared to the last one. Last one was like, okay, this one's tricky. This one's going to get a little squirrely. This one, not so much. This is, in my mind, going to be more of your run-of-the-mill thunderstorms. Okay, so here's how we set things up. This is tonight with this frontal boundary off towards the north. Notice there's going to be some activity up in Wisconsin, perhaps some overnight lightning for them up there. That system goes by. There's a few kind of lingering as that trough kind of settles in. There's a few lingering downpours around the region tomorrow morning. Again, I think most of the day's dry. So there we go into the afternoon. This is tomorrow afternoon. Here's where our development's coming in. As this cold front finally gets going, area of low pressure gets going as well. I do think there'll be some severe weather up in Wisconsin and Iowa and areas of southern Wisconsin even tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Okay, this is now tomorrow evening. This is midnight. The rain's still not here yet. But then as we get into tomorrow night into early Tuesday morning, that's when the storms hit. All right. And to me, a couple things are going against supporting any severe weather with this. The timing, number one. Okay, this is arriving at night. We're losing a lot of that daytime juice, which we really need this time of year. Okay, we need instability to get storms, and that instability tends to go away at night because you don't have the sun's heating, right? So we've got that working for us. Plus, in my mind, if you go back to last week, I mean, atmosphere is a little bit different, but if you go back to last week's storms were developing over us, right? Remember, we had that big cluster that worked up through Chicago, and we saw further development, like that Gary tornado storm. That one developed. They were developing over us. Whereas tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, we're going to be getting kind of a washed up old line of storms. All right. And I'm not saying that can't produce severe weather, but odds are it's going to start to become outflow driven, and it just doesn't look like a huge severe weather setup to me. All right. And the Storm Prediction Center agrees. They're saying marginal risk. That's not a big risk. It just means it could happen. All right. So as this moves in, this is again early Tuesday morning. So we're at 3, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And the timing may change on this a couple hours, but you get the idea. Most of this is passing while we're sleeping Monday night. Rumbles of thunder, sure. Heavy downpour, sure. Maybe some brief gusty winds with this, up to 30, 35. That's what I'm feeling right now with this. Okay. It doesn't mean I'm right. That's just kind of how I feel this thing's going to go. And then as we're waking up Tuesday morning to go to work, we'll have leftover rain around, still some downpours out there. And then this line heads out of there, and our wind, I don't know if you could see that there, these arrows, our wind all of a sudden is going to be blown in colder air. Okay. And we're completely fine. We'll be stable after that and kind of good to go. Okay. So that's where we stand on that. Again, if we do have a severe threat, it would be tomorrow night after most of us go to bed, and that would linger through Tuesday morning before rush hour, but in and around there. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking at for that. I do see a lot of questions coming in. Charity, I see your question there as well. Nicole, your question about storms. Yeah, hopefully that answered it for you in terms of timing. Okay. So that's what we're looking at there. So after that goes by, we get cooler this week. All right. So that's why I really think tomorrow is going to be a special day. You're going to want to get outside and enjoy tomorrow. I don't see us going back to 70 for a while. Okay. Our average high is 42. So we shouldn't be at 70. Okay. I don't want everyone to get spring fever and think, oh, what a rotten spring we're having. It's not even spring yet. It's still winter. Okay. Meteorologically, it's spring, but there's that. So where do we go long term? A couple of things to watch. And I don't want this to be a total buzzkill on your evening. However, I'm going to show you the GFS. Normally, I'm not leaning GFS, but the GFS and Euro are pretty similar. What happens over the course of the rest of the week? Here's our system that goes by Tuesday. Okay, we get the rain. We turn cooler, not colder, but we turn cooler, probably around 50 degrees. I've got us at, what do I have us at? I've got us at 50 on 50 on Tuesday, maybe not out of the 40s near the lakeshore. With that wind off the lake, it'll be colder near the lake on Tuesday. I got us at 51 on Wednesday, 53 Thursday, and 52 on Friday. All right, so kind of a cool week. Not bad though, right? As we get into the weekend, there's going to be more rain coming. So we're going to dry out midweek. By the latter half of the week, there's going to be an area of low pressure with quite a bit of moisture with it that's going to come our way. All the model guidance agrees on this, arriving sometime late Thursday into Friday, into the weekend. Saturday, as of right now, looks to be the wetter of the 2 days. Sunday looks like we'll be on the backside of the system. But this is Saturday on the GFS. Pretty decent area of low pressure. No severe weather threat with this, just some decent rain and kind of cool, as I mentioned. And then on the backside of it, do we get snow? I don't know. We'll see what happens. GFS is kind of overdoing that, but we could as we turn colder the latter half of the weekend and the beginning of next week. And then I just want to fast forward this and show you. So we stay kind of cool to start next week, so March 11th. And then, it's fair game because this is like fantasy land in terms of the modeling. But the GFS wants a big warm-up after that, probably bringing us back up in the 60s. And then watch this. This is March 15th and 16th. This will probably go away on the modeling, okay? But it's in there right now in terms of this big low coming up. And you see that. I mean, you guys see that? It's got, some snow, okay? So there's that. And the problem is this St. Patrick's Day? St. Patrick's Day is it on the 14th this year? It's always that Thursday, right? I don't have a calendar right in front of me. If someone could help me out on that. This could be St. Patrick's Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, the GFS develops a snowstorm over us, okay? It's not out of the realm of possibility for this to happen. It doesn't mean this is going to happen. The Euro's not quite this far in time yet, so we'll see. But either way, I just want to show you the potential for what can still happen this time of year. And that would just be, I don't know. I'm over the snow by March. I'm over it. Oh, it's always the 17th. My wife taught me that, and I didn't know that. I always thought it was on a Thursday. Okay, listen, yes. So this is St. Patrick's Day right here. Guys, thank you. That is general knowledge that I should always know, and I didn't know that. I always thought I told her this. We got in this last year. I said, isn't it always on a Thursday, the third Thursday? She's like, no, it's always the 17th. I remember her saying that now. So so this is a St. Patrick's Day treat where we would be seeing a lot of green on radar. We'd be seeing blue if that were to verify. So there's that. Okay. So just know that that's kind of where we're going. The last thing I have for you, though, are temperatures. And this is what the GFS is thinking over the long range. So we do turn cooler this week, right, into the weekend. We know that trend. And again, we look for trends. We don't look at exact numbers for this. So we turn cooler. GFS thinks we warm up for a little bit. That would be out ahead of that St. Patrick's Day storm. And it's got 45 with snow around here. Okay, that's kind of what March brings is warm snow. It'd be heavy, wet snow if we were to get it. All right. I don't want you to mark that in your calendar as a snowstorm yet. I just want to show you what's possible still. Okay. But overall, I don't see any 70s coming back unless this St. Patrick's Day storm, if that verified and we did have a big storm system, then I could see us getting warmer air than what the models are showing out ahead of it. So that would bring 70s back in. But that's going to be hard to do. Let me show you the Euro just so we can kind of see what a normal thinking model says. And you can see how we turn coolish. Euro has us at 39 next Sunday. Wow. And then we're warming up a little bit out ahead of whatever's next after that. Okay. All right, so that's all I have for you. Don't forget, we've got the time change coming up this upcoming weekend already. So our sunset times and sunrise times are going to change, obviously, by an hour both way. But we're going to be talking 6:30, 7 o'clock sunset. So that's always nice this time of year. Sunrise takes a hit. Again, you'll set yourself an hour back, but that's that. But overall, we're getting there. JP says, seems like we get a cool down every time we change the clocks in the spring. JP, it does seem like that. I feel like, there was that one St. Patrick's Day. It was when it fell on a Saturday. I was living in Chicago at the time. Yeah, gosh, this is dating myself. I don't even know how long ago this was, but it was really warm. I think it might have been 2012. But either way, we had that stretch. Do you guys remember that stretch in March where we had multiple days in the 70s, and then we had like one cool day at 59, and then we went back to 70s, and we went into the 80s, and all the trees were leafing out. It was middle of March. It was incredible. And one of the last days for the warmth, if I remember right, was St. Patrick's Day. It was a Saturday, and it was like 80 degrees. It was unbelievable. They were dyeing the river green in Chicago. And I just remember we were in shorts. It was incredible that day. So that's possible as well in March. We can get anything. So we'll see. Yeah, Debbie says it was 2012. Yep, JP, thanks for the backup. You guys are so good at that. It was incredible. So we can do that again. It's possible, but we're not going to this year, unfortunately. But we can do 80s this time of year just as easily as we can do 30s in snow. So it's really incredible to see what we can deal with. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, Kelly, I am thinking of Thanksgiving. So outside of weather, you guys probably don't know this about me. Outside of weather, I don't know much. And I'm not kidding. Like a general knowledge, if you were to take my wife and I to trivia night anywhere, we would fail. We're just so bad at general knowledge. And I don't know if there's anyone else like that, or if we really need to work on it. I don't know a lot of things outside of weather and parenting. Those are the two things. And maybe it's just this phase in life. I'm not sure. Debbie says I can also remember snowstorms on St. Patrick's Day back in the 80s. Yeah, Debbie. Anything can happen this time of year. So there's that. Savannah asked a good question. Do you think it's going to be warm enough to take the motorcycle to work tomorrow around 3 a.m.? Savannah, I'd say why not? Seriously, we're going to stay in the 50s tonight, and that's warm enough. I mean, that's like a cool summer night. I don't see why not. And tomorrow morning coming home, we'll probably be in the 60s, depending on what time you get done. So there's that. Yeah. JP, thank you. I appreciate that. Fourth Thursday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it the fourth? Wait, no, it'd be the third because there's not always 4 Thursdays in a month, is there? Anyway, I got to get going. I got to go to bed. All right. Yeah. Mary, let me know if you put your snowblower away, you got to let us know that as meteorologists, because that means we'll get snow. And I think there's a guy named Andrew. I don't know if he's on here tonight, but he bought a snowblower. And ever since he bought the snowblower, we've been snowless. I mean, we haven't had any big snowstorms. It was like 2 years ago he did that. So anyway, that's it. Yeah, last Thursday in November. There's that. All right, we'll do more calendar trivia next time. All right, but anyway, please enjoy tomorrow. Okay, get out and enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can private message us too if you have anything. Otherwise, we'll see you on regionweather.com tomorrow morning. We'll have an update right to your inbox. If you're not signed up, go ahead and do that. And we'll be on the radio stations here in Northwest Indiana. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining me. I do appreciate it. Get some sleep.